Hello again and welcome to another edition of blank Joomla template tutorials. This one is more of a review stroke tutorial for a fantastic module that I use all the time on my Joomla websites, and it is called Custom CSS. Now this allows you to place CSS wherever you like on your website, in pages, on menu items, pretty flexible. I'm going to show you today how to have a different background image on different pages of your website. So here we go. On the home page, you see we've got a blank background. We are going to add a little bit of life to this. So the first thing we need to do is go and install our module. And actually we'll go to Extensions Manager and we'll browse for that, and I've downloaded it here. Click the install. We'll head over to our Modules Manager, and I see I've already have it filtered on CSS, and there's the module. It's come in right there, so that looks good. Ready to go. Now we need some images, so I'm going to go and have a look, see what I've got in my FTP, and I've already got a couple of options for background images that I've downloaded, and you need to place those images inside of your blank Joomla template images file, and we're going to upload a couple of those. And okay, so we've got our images in our template file. Great. Let's head back to our module. Okay, now we're going to make this module for the home page, so only a couple of preferences on, only a couple of options on here, and that's really just the CSS you want to place in here. But here's the trick. So we're going to rename this home. We're going to hide the title. Important part here is to put it on a module that that is published, but you don't necessarily want to place it on one that may involve the template making automatic widths and stuff. So my advice is stick it on the debug row. Nothing's going to be shown visually on the front end of this for this module when it's published. You won't see anything because the CSS will be hidden in the code when the page renders. Okay, so we've renamed our module. We've hid the title, we put it on the debug row, and we're going to select it to go on only on the page's home. Okay, so we don't have any CSS yet, so we better start thinking about what that's going to be. Let's save that. Let's go back to our home page. Right, let's get Firebug out and let's have a look at the home page. In fact, let's have a look at these tags, and we'll actually go into the body. So let's add a little bit of background. So we'll use Firebug to very handily, in fact, let's make that transparent, complete our shorthand. Very useful. And so we now have the CSS to begin our process. Now if we made that red instead of transparent, we can see that works just fine, but we'll change that back to transparent for the time being. Okay, so let's add an image. Now if you've seen a previous tutorial, you'll know that if you just change this none here to the URL for the image, you can preview the image within your website quite easily. So let's go and type in our URL link. So in fact, before we do that, let's go grab the name of that image that we want. Let's get the wood planks and let's type in our image syntax, which is URL parentheses open inverted commas, and it would be dot dot to get up to the images folder of the template / paste in our image, close inverted commas, close parentheses, bingo, we've got our image. So what do? We now go and grab that CSS, copy it, and we'll paste it into our CSS here, and we'll give it a save. Oh, just make sure we've got that published as well. Published on the front page. We've already set that up nicely, so but I just want to tidy this up just a little bit so we don't need the extra CSS, just the URL. There we go. Save that, and if we give that a refresh, nothing happens. And you know why? Because the CSS is being driven not from the template CSS but from within the module. So we actually need to redefine our file path where that URL is. Now these guys here, Custom CSS, the module creators, the high design guys, have made some brilliant documentation. If we go and have a look at that, you will see that you've got pretty much all your questions answered here, and way down the bottom I can't get my background images to appear. So you see that this is our current syntax for our URL, but because we're driving it from the module, we actually need to change it to this, because it's the CSS is starting from a different place. So if we just grab that, and we're just going to use the tools that they've given us. So we need to put that in front of that, and in between here we need to go get the name of our template, which is handily copy and pasteable from that. And if we paste that in, oh, I just got to take one of those periods in front of there off, template, images, there we go, we'll press save. And let's have a look, see how we got on. Bingo. Stage 1. We now have a background image. But if we go have a look at our about page, no background image. So let's put a different image on our about page. So now this is where it gets really slick. We've already created custom CSS. Now we've got all the settings right for this module. We're just going to use this. We're just going to go about, and oh how we love save as copy with Joomla 1.7, and instead of homepage we're going to click on the about, and we've already uploaded our other image. So if we go grab that from our images, we can, what was the one we want? Maybe go bricks this time. So we'll grab that, paste him in. All looks good. Save as copy. Remember, save as copy. Let's go back to our about page. And a quick refresh, and there we go. We've got another background image on about, and we've got a different one for home. So you can see how quickly you can start making your site look pretty special across different pages. And of course it's not just background images, it is font styles, it's font colors, it's positioning, it's anything you can do with CSS can be different across any different page of your site. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed that. Feedback, and happy templating.